Kat, can I pick up on that? I mean, obviously you're obviously from a wine buying experience as well. I mean,
Yeah.
what's your view on competitions in general and how important they are for someone like yourself?
So I've always found them extremely useful as a buyer, and I think this is quite underestimated in terms of part of the work that you do. You do an awful lot of research looking at which producers you're going to work with, who's up and coming in a region, where are the quality markers that you are looking for, and who are you going to find those with. So for me, competitions have always been a really great way of kind of accelerating my research process. In a way, it's a bit of a shortcut. If you find a producer who is year on year, creating wines that are winning silvers, golds, trophies, that just says to you, wow, these guys are really doing something amazing in terms of their quality. They're also producing wines which are full of personality. They are benchmark for their region, and they're absolutely worthy of an international audience. So it's a really quick way of sort of whittling down from the thousands of producers in a region that these are the ones who are worth focusing on. And then I think also, again, in that sort of research mode, I find it really fascinating and really helpful actually attending and judging at competitions, because when you get immersed for 3, 4, 5 days in a number of different winemaking regions, you get a real feel for what's actually going on under the skin of that winemaking region. And it's a good way as a judge and as a buyer to be exposed to a load of wines that you wouldn't necessarily taste, a load of regions you wouldn't necessarily consider. I mean, for example, last year at the IWSC, I did a full day of judging China and Taiwan. So it was a really fantastic way to broaden my own repertoire, my own understanding of what's going on in the winemaking world, and actually to see really in advance of anybody else where the trends are and where the kind of the quality stars are that you can kind of spot from a distance and think, well, that's worth keeping an eye on, that's worth considering. So it just really kind of bolsters your knowledge as a wine buyer, puts you in touch with a lot of what's going on. And again, just gives you those shortcuts, those extra little hints and tips, which can really keep you sharp and quick and kind of ahead of the game, which is where you need to be if you want your range as a retailer to stand out, because ultimately, you are, as everyone likes to say, the gatekeeper. So you need to be the one who is, bringing in those wines that are going to make your range stand out.